For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news.
Thank God it's Friday!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker. Glad to have you along with us for this Friday, January 14th, 2022 edition. Make sure you're mashing that like button, hit the subscribe and the bell. Subscribe so you know when we go live, and bell so you get notifications, and share it as well with all your friends on Facebook and YouTube. It's the Sam Walker OBX YouTube channel. Also, the OBX Today and Sam Walker OBX Facebook pages. That's where you find us every weekday morning with OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. All right, our big story today is obviously looking ahead to what we're going to be getting Sunday with this storm system that's coming across the country. Going to bring us a pretty good blow on Sunday on the beaches. The farther inland to go, the more wintry it's going to get. But we do have a little bit of something that we're dealing with right now. It's gotten a little windy out there today. And that is because we've got a little storm system that is offshore. And that is going to bring us some winds today and into the weekend. High temperature is going to get up into the low 50s to mid 50s today. It'll feel cooler out here on the beach, though, because of that wind. Northerly winds up 35 to 40 miles an hour, gusts up to 35 to 40, and sustained winds of 25 to 30 miles an hour are from a storm system that is sitting out between us and Bermuda right now, the center of that anyway. So it's just offshore. Kind of lucky, to be honest with you, that it's where it is, because if this thing had been closer, to get back-to-back systems like that would not have been good, because already the ocean's going to get a little angry today, and through the weekend it's going to stay that way. But we are possibly going to see a little difference in the winds that may help us out as far as on the ocean side. On the sound side, though, may not be as good a thing with this storm system. That's what the winds look like right now with this low that's out between us and Bermuda. If you look off to the upper Midwest into the plains, that's the next system that we're going to be dealing with. It's getting ready to bring a lot of snow out to our friends in Iowa today. This storm system is going to dive down towards the Gulf Coast and then not really get offshore in the Gulf so much. And that's one reason why our conditions for us are not going to get as wintry as they could. It's rather interesting to watch the wind progression on this storm system. So we're going to play this up from windy.com here. May not be the easiest thing to see with the small devices, but you can go to windy.com and actually hit play on it. It will show you. This is the European model, what they're thinking. That storm system dives down into the Gulf of Mexico. may actually get a little bit farther south as far as some of it. Now it looks like the center is going to stay right on shore. At least that's what the Euro's thinking right now. And then make its progression across Alabama, Mississippi. And the center is going to be over the deep south on Sunday afternoon. Then it gets over us and actually going to drift a little bit farther north. But what we're going to see is, in looking at this, we're going to see more of a southerly southwest blow out of this. So that actually is going to be a good thing for the beaches. We may not be dealing with as much as far as an overwash event, but we are going to probably see some soundside flooding possible, especially up on the northern beaches now with this west and southwest component. And really the west wind, the harder the west winds blow, that actually does cause our flooding issues in Manio and also on Bay Drive and Collington and other parts of Roanoke Island and on the northern beaches. And then from Rodanthe north, or from the Salvo north, even to Avon as well. So this is going to be more of a southwest blow that we're going to get, it looks like. At least that's what the Euro is thinking right now. I'm going to switch over to the GFS, and it kind of has the same thing. That's Monday morning. We'll go back to Sunday night. In fact, even go back to Sunday morning when the storm system, they feel like it's going to be over Atlanta, the center of it anyway. While we're getting that video to autoplay there, sorry. This system will give, this is Sunday about midday. We're looking at some onshore wind to start things. But then as we get into the afternoon and evening, we'll switch to an offshore wind. And that is going to help us out a lot, it looks like, as far as on the ocean side. But again, the sound side is where we may have to, with the water level rises of 1 to 2 feet, although the water's going to be all pushed down south to start with, and then it'll be coming back. The one thing that does help is because of that south or the northerly winds pushing the waters down south, even though it's going to raise water levels down Ocracoke, and then you get over to Carteret County with that southwest wind coming back. And we're not talking about a hard shift of going from 40 out of the northeast to 40 out of the southwest. We're probably looking at probably 20 to 25 to 30 out of the northeast, and then gradually shifting to the southwest. So the water level rise will be kind of low, but we're looking at just enough wind possibly over the sounds early Monday into Monday morning that may cause a little travel headache on Monday morning as far as the winds go. So that part we're really going to watch closely for here on the Outer Banks. That's really going to be our biggest concern. We do have the possibility of some heavy rainfall as well. As far as the wintry precipitation is concerned, we're missing out. That's how it's going to be because of the way that this system is setting up. It's not going to bring us the snow on the Outer Banks. Maybe the inland areas start out with a little bit of snow, and we can't rule out maybe a stray snowflake or two mixing in with the rain Sunday morning on the beaches. As you get farther west, and I know this map only shows everything south of the Albemarle Sound. We haven't really seen a graphic good enough. Well, we do have one. We'll pop up here in a second. But this is what they're thinking as far as the wintry weather in the Newport-Morehead City office. It's really going to be west of US 17. And once you get out to the central part of North Carolina, that's where things really get pretty rough with the possibility of an ice storm for Charlotte up to the Triangle, the Triad. The mountains are going to see snow. This is from Wakefield. I switched the wrong graphic here. No, I didn't switch it. There we go. This is what Wakefield is looking at, and this kind of gives a very good idea of how we're looking across the entire mid-Atlantic for Sunday with this storm. The biggest area of concern is Charlotte, Greensboro, where of wintry weather, more of an ice storm for Charlotte into Raleigh and Greensboro, snow to the west out in the mountains. It's going to be a mixed bag of precipitation for the interior sections of eastern North Carolina along the I-95 corridor. You head up to Richmond. It looks like Richmond's going to be kind of the borderline. So I-95 west will be where the biggest problems are with the wintry weather with this storm on Sunday. Here's the latest watches and warnings for the National Weather Service. You see that pink and blue stretching across the Midwest and then out here to the Mid-Atlantic with those winter storm watches in effect pretty much from I-95 west. Winter storm watch is in place. So here is kind of the weekend briefing of what the National Weather Service is thinking. with the potential for severe weather. We do have that possibility, hearing some rumbles of thunder Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Overwash possible, pretty much all the Outer Banks. Coastal flooding possible with a shift of the winds from southeast to southwest and west Sunday night into Monday. Some minor to locally moderate water level rises are possible. We could see that high surf, as we said, on the ocean side. Wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour and gale force winds late Sunday into Monday with dangerous seas in excess of 10 feet. But it's going to be an offshore wind on Monday, onshore wind to start things. So kind of a mixed bag when it comes to what this system's going to do. That's kind of the map. That's the map we were showing you earlier. So that's where we're at with the latest on our storm system. It really does look like the wintry precipitation is going to be inland. If you got to go west on Sunday, that's when things are going to get messy. If you got to go northwest, that's where it's going to be messy. But for us, it's just going to be a rain and wind event. All right, more of OBX Today Live coming up after this here on Facebook and YouTube. Happy Friday morning.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Our pet of the week for this week is Philip, aka Sir Philip. Philip was surrendered to us at no fault of his own. This handsome gentleman is just a bowling ball of love. Philip is a bulldog mix and around 1.5 years old. He isn't too into toys, but he loves affection and being with people. We think he can go to a home with another dog, but a dog meet is required. No cats for this big guy. To adopt Philip or foster one of our other animals, you can come visit us Monday through Saturday at our shelter located in Manio. The SPCA is now waiving all senior animals adoption fees thanks to the Donna Hannah Walker Fund. For more information, visit our website at www.obxspca.org or visit our OBX SPCA Facebook page.
Back on OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning.
Thank God it's Friday!
Currituck County Schools will be keeping, or rather switching back, or rather not switching, that should say, their mask mandate. The Currituck Board of Education meeting yesterday, an emergency or a special meeting, and voted to delay changing its indoor mask policy that was supposed to change to optional starting on Tuesday. They have decided to delay that. They'll meet again next week on January 20th to review the mask policy further. The Terrell County School Board voted in a special session yesterday to once again require masks inside buildings. That started this morning. Currituck County Schools said they've had 71 new cases in the last 5 days. That's the highest number of coronavirus cases reported this school year. Dare County Schools the school board voted Tuesday to keep their mask mandate in place until their next meeting, until next month for another 30 days. All right, latest on the drought conditions here in eastern North Carolina. Despite consistent rainfall over the last several weeks, eastern North Carolina remains a moderate drought, according to the latest data from the State Climate Office. Half inch to an inch of rain last weekend, continued our wet start to 2022, according to an infographic released Thursday. Climatologists at NC State University note that most of the state's still between 2 and 6 inches below normal precipitation over the last 3 months, while groundwater and deeper soil moisture have not fully recovered from the dry fall. The Outer Banks of northeastern North Carolina moved to moderate conditions last week after spending nearly the last 2 months of 2021 in the severe category. An open burning ban was instituted statewide in late November, but rain in early December brought some minor relief and allowed the ban to be lifted. Several wildfire-scorched areas in the mountains in late fall. Virtually all the states experiencing dry conditions based on factors including stream flow, groundwater levels, reservoir levels, soil moisture, and fire danger. North Carolina Drought Management Action Council said in late December that forecast models predict warm, dry conditions could lead to drought conditions continuing through the winter months that a La Nina weather pattern often brings. Now, in past droughts, areas on the mainland that include several wildlife refuges have been prone to wildfires that have burned the nutrient-rich peat soils for months. Latest on that shooting out of Elizabeth City, Ricky Etheridge Jr. remains in custody. Not sure what we got going on. These videos we do, we try to use some of the websites around the area with their news, and sometimes they do tend to have a tendency to autoplay, which doesn't work well with our software. Ricky Etheridge Jr., the man accused of killing 3 people and hurting 3 others in the Elizabeth City shooting, has agreed to be extradited back to North Carolina. He waived an extradition hearing yesterday in Norfolk. Shooting happened December 2nd. 18-year-old Jaquan White of Elizabeth City, 39-year-old Takia Berry, and her 3-year-old daughter, Laura Pledger, both from Mania, died in that shooting near Perry and Jordan Streets in Elizabeth City. Etheridge is expected to be brought back to Pasquotank County by the early next month as part of the process. He was arrested about several weeks after that shooting in Elizabeth City. Of course, this is the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend. That means Monday is a federal and state holiday. There's schedule changes for government operations. Banks and post offices will be closed. And you can get the full rundown on what that means for the Dare County towns and county, Dare County and elsewhere at obxtoday.com, because there are changes to the trash pickup schedules for next week. Eastern North Carolina will have a chance to hop on board a rewarding new career at the North Carolina Ferry Division, teaming up with NC Works to host a series of 4 career fairs to find qualified applicants to staff ferries, terminals, and shipyards. The fairs will be held at the North Carolina Works Career Center in Elizabeth City on January 26th, January 2nd in Morehead City, February 2nd in Morehead City, February 9th in Greenville, and February 16th in Charlotte. Get details in the Neighbor to Neighbor Help Zone at obxtoday.com. Southern Shores Mayor Elizabeth Maury will be holding the first of several mayor's chats on Wednesday, January 19th at 4 o'clock at the Pitt Center Meeting Room at the Southern Shores Town Hall. You can get more details at obxtoday.com. Of course, on January 19th, Bob Woodard, chairman of the Dare County Board of Commissioners, will be holding his State of the County virtual address, which we'll have, of course, provided. We'll have a link up for you here at obxtoday.com, all about that. And Dare County has received a generous donation. It's the 18th year, this past year, the 18th year that Pirates Cove Realty and the Pirates Cove Homeowners Association have come together to generously provide wish list gifts as well as a monetary donation for local foster children throughout the Dare County community. Last year, the 2 Pirates Cove organizations provided gifts to 13 kids and donated $3,500 of monetary donations to the Dare County Foster Children's Fund to provide Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, and other special items for local children in foster care throughout the year. You can get more details about that in the Neighbor to Neighbor Help Zone at obxtoday.com. All right, we are kind of running quick here. Got some things got to get done today. So here's a look at sports. High school basketball tonight, full slate around the area. Cape Hatteras travels to Columbia. First Lights at Pasquotank, Northeastern at Currituck, Northside at Southside, Camden at Edenton, Albemarle School at Northeast Academy, and Ridgecroft is at Pungo Christian. On Monday is the annual Vaughn Border Clash Invitational at ECSU with 7 boys games featuring local teams taking on Virginia squads. Starts at 10 o'clock on Monday and runs all day. It's a pretty cool event that they have every year. That ECSU hosts now for the last couple of years. NFL playoffs tomorrow. Vegas is at Cincinnati at 4:30. New England at Buffalo at 8:15. Then Sunday, Philadelphia and Tampa at 1, followed by San Francisco and Dallas, Pittsburgh and Kansas City, the night game. And then we got a Monday night playoff game for the first time, Arizona and the LA Rams on Monday. All right, OBX Today Weather Center forecast. For today, we got clouds moving offshore. It's going to be sunny this afternoon, breezy, high 51. Northwest winds of 20 to 25, gusts to 35 at times. Partly cloudy and breezy tonight, a low 32. North winds of 15 to 20, gusts to 30. Partly sunny Saturday, a high of just 40 with north winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. Sunday morning, rain, maybe mixing with snow on the beaches, just for a little bit. Then it's just all rain and windy, high 53, with east winds of 15 to 25, gusts to 40. Then rain Sunday night with a low 38. It'll be windy, and the winds are going to shift to the south and southwest Saturday night. So we're looking at about 3, maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain out of this. Sunny, windy on Martin Luther King Day, a high 48. Tuesday, sunny and a high of 46. Coastal Marine forecast. Small craft advisory for the Sounds with waves 2 to 4 feet. Gale warning for the open waters with seas 7 to 9 feet. Northwest winds at 25 to 35 knots. Water temperatures upper 40s to around 50, although it got up to 56 now at Avon. Next tide change at Oregon Inlet is low tide at 12:02 this afternoon. Sunset tonight at 5:10. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:11 a.m. Currently outside the studios in Uptown Nags Head, we've got a mix of clouds and sun and 41 degrees. So again, the latest on our storm system looks like it's just going to be a rain event, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow on the north beaches for Sunday. But really the big concern is the amount of rain we get and also the possibility of strong winds onshore and then strong winds offshore. So we're going to get kind of a multiple thread out of this thing on Sunday and into Monday. And we'll keep you updated with the latest all weekend long. We are going to have some updates here on Facebook and YouTube all weekend long. We get the new update from the National Weather Service around 3:30 this afternoon. We'll do a video this evening. We'll have a video for you tomorrow night, and then, of course, Sunday as well. We'll do these here on Facebook and YouTube. So it's going to be a busy weekend. Holiday weekend. Not going to be much of a holiday for us, but that's how it works in the 24-hour news business. Not much you can do about it. So that's going to do it for today's edition of OBX Today Live. I'm Sam Walker. Thanks for joining us, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Stay with us. We'll keep you up to date all weekend long at obxtoday.com. Here on our social media platforms, on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. That'll let you know when we go live. And, of course, share it. Let everybody know what's going on and keep them up to date with us right here on OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Have a great Friday and have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.